Now we have Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick of Texas and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis say, how about keeping President Biden off the 2024 ticket because of the border crisis and border collapse?
Well, you know, I don't know how many more times we have to talk about this, but we're going to keep doing it because it matters. I mean, we have up to 10,000 illegals crossing every week. Half of them are single males coming by themselves. We know there are people that are on the terror watch list, not only hundreds that have been caught, but there are many more getting through that we haven't caught in our country. We know the drug cartels are there. We know the drug cartels are establishing businesses in the United States, human trafficking, drug trafficking, and every other unspeakable practice you could think of. And to think that this president instantly is not making a decision along with Alejandro Mayorkas to stop this is just mind-boggling. There are no words in any language to describe how horrible this is for the country and how deficient they are in their responsibilities. I'm disgusted by it. I'm tired of it. Americans are tired of it. And I think, I've said this before early on, I really do believe it. I'm not impeachment crazy, but I think that Mayorkas should be impeached. He's not doing his job, and he's subverting justice in the United States of America.
You know, border officials, voters who live at the border, ranchers at the border warn that they see more and more unvetted individuals coming through. More than 1,300 terrorists have been caught coming through. 2 individuals from Afghanistan came through. They're now supposedly being vetted. You know, they're calling this the Ellis Island of cartel smuggling, but Biden's campaign co-chair, Representative Veronica Escobar, she's saying that the president and Democrats should not get blamed for Biden's worsening border crisis. What do you think of that?
I think that's absurd. You know, 3 years ago, we didn't have this problem. 3 years ago, because we were building the wall, because we were immediately expediting people that got through back to the country of origin, because we had the stay in Mexico policy, because we let the Border Patrol do their job, because we were increasing the technology to monitor this, all just 3 years ago. Biden becomes president, and now we have as many people that have come across illegally in our country. That I'm from New Jersey. That's about the population of New Jersey, about 8 million, 8 to 9 million that have come through. We don't even have an exact number because we don't know how many snuck through without our knowledge at all. We're creating another state of the union made up of illegals. It's bizarre. It's un-American. It's hurtful. And you know who's paying for all this? The American taxpayers who are watching and listening to your show right now should know that they're paying for it, especially in the sanctuary cities and sanctuary states where they don't cooperate with the feds, where they're giving them everything from cell phones to transportation to housing. And actually in New Jersey, they're even giving them subsidies to go to colleges and universities where our own kids can't even afford to go.
And Congressman, you know, Texas is flying illegal immigrants to sanctuary cities. Chicago's mayor's upset about that, right? You know, the flights took off and landed at Chicago's O'Hare Airport. You know, Texas is saying these illegal immigrants all signed voluntary waivers to travel. But we see voters increasingly speaking out against Biden's border crisis because it's hitting their own neighborhoods. You see them speaking out in Chicago, Los Angeles, and Oakland, California, in New York. Let's listen to Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene. She agrees with you. She thinks that Mayorkas should be impeached and also the president over this. Watch.
Now with the height of the invasion that's happening every single day, to the point where they're actually pulling Federal Bureau of Prison employees, TSA workers. They're pulling everybody out of the federal agencies to go down there and help Border Patrol agents. They're completely overwhelmed by the thousands and thousands of people pouring across the border every single day. Larry, it's to the point we have to impeach Joe Biden. If we don't impeach Joe Biden, we have got to start talking about a very serious word, and I'm going to call it treason.
Whoa, treason. What do you think, Congressman? Final word.
Final word is what Joe Biden and Alejandro Mayorkas are doing is terrible. It's un-American. And the real final word is it's because they want to make sure they can win every single election. They want these people to vote and to change the social fabric and the entire fabric and structure of the United States of America.
Got it. Congressman Van Drew, thanks for joining us tonight. It's good to see you.